A being that once shined the brightest became the darkest shadow. The one who was once the most beautiful and powerful in heaven. Why did he fall into an endless abyss? Throughout history, in the Bible, in myths, and in countless stories, fallen angels have remained a legend. But what if they were more than just a legend? What if they really existed? And what if they're still watching us? Today, let's uncover their truth. When we think of angels, we often imagine pure and divine beings. But not all angels remain good. Some of them abandoned their light and chose darkness. The Bible calls them fallen angels. Originally, they served God and carried out His will. But due to pride, desire, forbidden relationships with humans, and attempts to disrupt divine order, they were cast out of heaven. Now, they are said to be hidden in the shadows beyond what we can comprehend. Now, let's meet the 5 most powerful fallen angels. They are not just symbols of evil, but beings that have continuously influenced human history and faith. Lucifer, the angel of light who fell from grace. First, the most well-known fallen angel, Lucifer. His name means bearer of light. He was not originally evil. In fact, he was the most beautiful and wise of all the angels created by God. But then, he began to see himself as equal to God. Isaiah 14 verse 12 states, "How you have fallen from heaven, O morning star, son of the dawn! You have been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations." This morning star refers to Lucifer. He desired to be like God, and as a result, he was cast out of heaven. After his fall, he became known as Satan, the one who tempts and deceives humanity. Azazel, the angel who gave forbidden knowledge to humans. The second fallen angel is Azazel. The Bible states that he taught humans forbidden knowledge, the art of war, metalwork, sorcery, and astrology, things too dangerous for humanity to handle. Jude 1 verse 6 states, "And the angels who did not keep their proper domain, but left their own abode, he has reserved in everlasting chains under darkness for the judgment of the great day." Azazel and his followers were eventually bound, for the knowledge they gave humans was seen as corrupting the world. Samael, the angel of death and destruction. Samael is known as the angel of death. He is associated with taking human life and spreading chaos. His name means venom of God, and he is sometimes portrayed as an agent of divine judgment. Some traditions even claim that he was the serpent who deceived Adam and Eve. So was he merely a destroyer? Or was he, in some way, carrying out divine judgment? Belial is one of the most cunning fallen angels. He is known for deception and corruption, leading humanity astray from God's path. His name appears throughout the Bible, sometimes meaning son of lawlessness. Belial's goal has always been to lure humanity into sin and rebellion. Finally, we have Abaddon, the king of the abyss. His name means destruction, and he is described as a ruler of the bottomless pit in the book of Revelation. Revelation 9 verse 11 states, "They had as king over them the angel of the abyss, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon and in Greek Apollyon." He is not merely a fallen angel, but a figure prophesied to play a major role in the end times. Angels were created as good and perfect beings. So how could something so perfect fall? Why did they choose darkness? Some say it was because of pride, the desire to be like God, to rise above their station. Isaiah 14 describes Lucifer's fall with these words, "I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will make myself like the Most High." But let's ask ourselves, if they were truly perfect, how could they even conceive of pride? If they had no free will, could they have rebelled? Did God grant them the ability to choose? And if so, how far did that freedom extend? Some say fallen angels were not mere rebels, but beings seeking something more. Some fell because they loved humans. Some fell because they craved knowledge. Some believed they could change the order of the world. Were they truly sinners, or were they simply beings who made a choice? But every choice has consequences. What was the fate of the fallen angels? Revelation 12 describes a great war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against Satan and his forces. In the end, Satan and his angels were cast out. There was no longer a place for them in heaven, and their fall never ended. 2 Peter 2 verse 4 states, "For God did not spare the angels who sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved for judgment." Some fallen angels were bound, never to be released until the final day of judgment, but not all of them were imprisoned. Ephesians 6 warns us, our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. 1 Peter 5 verse 8 states, "Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Are they still among us? Are we merely seeing their shadows? Or are they still watching us unseen?" Are fallen angels merely a legend, or are they still among us? The Bible states that they will one day be cast into the lake of fire, but until that day, they continue to test humanity, to deceive, to create chaos. We always have a choice, light or darkness, obedience or rebellion, faith or doubt. But one thing is certain, their influence has never completely disappeared. Is it just a myth, or is it a truth we have yet to fully understand? Only time will tell.